That's pretty good. I'm happy about that.
I've made bacon out of mushrooms, I've made bacon out of eggplants, I've made vegan bacon using rice paper, and most recently I made vegan bacon using the daikon radish. That is one of the best plant-based bacons that I've ever had, and honestly, I don't think anything will top it. Now, I've received a ton of comments saying that I can make bacon out of just about anything using my bacon sauce and seasoning. I've also received a bunch of comments about the soy that's in it, and that some of the things that I'm using are difficult to find. So I wanted to see if we can remove the soy sauce and make veggie bacon out of something a little bit easier to find, the carrot and the parsnip. Let's see if we can make bacon. So I've actually been testing quite a few different vegetables to see if I can make bacon out of anything else pretty unique and weird. Earlier today, I tested an orange rind, and I'll tell you that doesn't work. Now I picked the carrot and the parsnip because they're very easy to find, and they're very similar to the daikon as far as texture, and they're both root vegetables. So I think they're gonna make really good bacon replacements that are really easy to find. So I did wash these, but I didn't remove the skin. Because they are smaller, I wanna keep the skin on, and I think that's also gonna give the edge of the bacon a little bit of a crisp. So just like we would do with our daikon, we're just gonna chop off the head and the tail of the carrot and the parsnip. But same thing, all we're gonna do is take our peeler and peel down as hard as we can. Just try to get a few slices of this. Now my peeler has a little bit of a bend in it, which is allowing me, and that's a bend that I created, which is allowing me to get a thicker piece. Let's do the same thing with the parsnip. I believe the parsnip's gonna work pretty perfect for this. That was a really thick piece, might be way too thick. So at this point, we're just gonna salt them. Now this isn't for flavor. We're gonna be removing the salt after, but this is going to help pull out some of the moisture, also help with the texture. It's gonna soften these up quite a bit. Now, I've been experimenting with different seasonings to make a more meaty-like flavor, and I will say I have never found anything like this. Now, I've heard of Marmite my whole life. I had no idea what it is, but Marmite is essentially yeast extract. It's a very similar product to what is used in pretty much every vegan or plant-based product that has a meat flavor. It always says yeast extract. So instead of a soy sauce, we're gonna make a Marmite broth. To do that, I'm just gonna do a cup of hot water, and I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of the Marmite. Now, if you're from the US and you can't find Marmite in your grocery store, check the ethnic section. Now, there's a few different versions. There's Marmite and Vegemite. They're both gonna do a very similar thing. Now, just like the rest of the bacon videos, the seasonings and sauces are pretty similar. We're gonna use some maple syrup, a few dashes of paprika. Now, I've always used a light oil to make the sauce, but I found another trick that's gonna be just a little bit different. We're gonna use a light oil, then we're gonna add a drop of sesame oil. It is really going to take this bacon flavor over the top. And then last but not least, which is added to all of them, and we're gonna add just a pinch less because of the Marmite already has some smokiness to it, some liquid smoke. I'll tell you, it's crazy, this smells like bacon. That sesame oil is strong. I mean, it is really strong. As soon as you add that sesame oil, it kind of overpowers a little bit, but I'm gonna see if we got the magic right. Unbelievable, every time. So this is gonna be a little bit different than the soy sauce version. If you don't wanna use soy sauce, if you don't have an issue with soy sauce, use the soy sauce version. I'll leave a link to both of the recipes in the description below. They're both pretty good. The soy sauce version is gonna be a little bit more pronounced. This is gonna be a little lighter, a little milder. Okay, so the turnip and the carrot should be salted, should be all done. So at this point, we're just gonna take a fresh paper towel and we're just gonna wipe these guys off, get as much salt off of them as possible. So I'm gonna pour this mixture into a little bit larger bowl just to make sure it all fits. We'll add all of the carrots to the bottom here. Make sure they're completely covered up and toss them around real quick. Now we're gonna let these guys soak in the sauce for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead, just take a small bowl and kind of press that down to make sure they're all staying inside the sauce. Let's cover that guy up and let them sit for about 20 minutes. These are gonna be awesome. Okay, so these guys have been basking in their bacon broth for about 20 minutes. Now they look pretty good. Now they are different than the daikon. They haven't taken on the color as much. Okay, so I have a decent amount of a light cooking oil in the nonstick skillet. The very first thing that I'm curious about trying is the carrot. So let's cook up these carrot bacon strips and see what happens. Turn down the heat just a little bit. Giving these guys a nice little flip. I'm using my spatula and my tongs just so I don't scratch my nonstick skillet. I will say it's pretty shocking the way these are coming out. So far, I'm fairly happy with them. The smell that I'm getting is kind of like a cooked carrot and a bacon smell. It's very unique. We are getting kind of double smells going on. I cannot believe this, how great these are coming out. I think these are good. I'm gonna take them off, cook the rest of the carrot. I'm gonna put these on a little paper towel to kind of crisp up. I'm also gonna make sure they drip dry really nice. They look really impressive. And we're gonna go ahead and throw in the parsnip bacon. Some of these parsnips are a little thick, so give the parsnips a little bit of a turn. They are looking pretty good. That carrot bacon's looking pretty flawless. The daikon bacon is still gonna be the winner because none of these aren't curling up like bacon does. Now the parsnips definitely smell a little bit more like bacon. You know, I think the parsnip is a lot more mild than the carrot. Not a whole lot is involved with the parsnip, and I think it's able to take on a little bit more of that bacon flavor, but we'll see if the texture's got it right. So yeah, let's go ahead and take these off. They might have gotten just a little done, that's okay. So I'm gonna say that the carrot looks pretty good. It's a pretty bacony type of texture. It has a bacony type of smell. Let's give it a try and see how the carrot baconed. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. So this seasoning that I made, this sauce, is a little bit weaker. It's a little bit more milder of a flavor than the soy sauce variant. But it does take on that meaty-like taste and texture. There is the fattiness in the middle, where it didn't fry all the way, and then the crispiness that you hear on the outside, just like you would get out of a piece of bacon. Pretty impressed with this. It does still kind of have a mild carrot flavor, so the daikon bacon is still better. Now the parsnip bacon, very similar look, has still the same kind of soft texture in the middle, crispy on the outside, still kind of smells bacony. Now, I was thinking that the parsnip would have a milder flavor and take on the bacon flavor and texture more, but the carrot is definitely the better of the two bacons. I would say if you can't get your hands on a daikon radish, a carrot might be a second place version. Maybe rice paper would be second, the carrot would be third, but it's pretty close. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. It is really good. It's just good by itself. It's like a new thing. It's like a meat carrot. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I like that. So we found out a few more things that we can turn into bacon, and we use a slightly different variation of sauce using no MSG and no soy sauce. Two things that I don't have a problem with, but a lot of people do, so there is a slightly different version of a bacon marinade for you that you can use. I'll leave the recipes for both of the sauces in the description below. Try those sauces with whatever you think will bacon. All the names that you see scrolling over here on the side are the members of the Sauce Squad. You can join the Sauce Squad over at patreon.com/SauceStache and help me make everything that I do here on the show. Also, if you like that, click the subscribe button and you can check out this video. This is gonna be more of my bacon videos. I've done quite a bit of them. Is there anything else that I should bacon? Let me know. I'm kind of running out of bacon ideas.